How's it going, everyone? Your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, back with a new video, and ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a pretty spicy topic on our hands here. And that topic involves copyright, and more specifically, attempted copyright abuse. Now, what if I was to tell you that this spicy main course of copyright abuse also involved a side dish of hypocrisy? Well, that's where Pokimane and TheQuartering come in, so let's expand a little bit on that situation. We have an article on Takedown that documents this situation, and it's titled, YouTuber TheQuartering Taking Pokimane to Court After Threat Over Copyright Infringement. And this wouldn't be the first time either that Pokimane has made this particular oopsie. YouTuber TheQuartering claims he's taking popular Twitch streamer Pokimane to court after being approached by her legal team with requests that he take down certain videos he made discussing her. Pokimane is one of the most followed streamers on Twitch and one of the site's most popular female broadcasters overall. Recently, Pokimane has been on the receiving end of criticisms across social media after becoming the target of a hate raid from fellow streamer Gideon. After the drama regarding the hate raid died down, which saw Gideon cop a permanent Twitch ban, it looks like there's more turmoil in store for the star. On January 31st, 2022, YouTuber TheQuartering announced on Twitter that he will be taking Pokimane to court. In a subsequent tweet, he revealed that he'd received an email from Pokimane's brand management team, CrasherTalks. In the email, these reps requested that TheQuartering remove 2 of his videos due to infringing content and copyrighted content. Essentially, it looks like Pokimane's brand management are asking TheQuartering to take down 2 videos because they used content owned by Pokimane. TheQuartering claims his videos are well within the bounds of fair use and called out CrasherTalks for bullying other content creators. He also noted this notice did not come through YouTube itself, but through an external means. Essentially, anything that makes a creator look bad, they'll bully and bend the law, in my opinion, to get people to remove that content, he said of the situation. That's really what they're doing. They're going around and they're going to get her in trouble legally, he continued, going on to claim that he will be taking Pokimane to court over the situation. These videos from years ago, you're bringing them back up to the surface now. Why? This is a pretty big oopsie, and I highly recommend she call off her dogs because what they're doing is obviously not above board. This wouldn't be the first time Pokimane has been called out for claiming another creator's videos over purported copyright infringement. In early 2019, Pokimane was called out by none other than PewDiePie for the same matter after copy striking videos from YouTuber Boblax in late 2018. How many of y'all remember that? I certainly do. In her response to PewDiePie, Pokimane notably explained that she will take down videos when it's a straight up re-upload of my stream and when it's like a gross and misleading title. Interesting wording there. Pokimane's representatives apologized for takedown email. TheQuartering gave fans an update about the situation on February 2nd, showing that he'd received another email from Pokimane's representatives. The email stated that their initial takedown notice was sent in error and apologized to the YouTuber for the kerfuffle. The reps also claimed they had removed any previous reinforcement on his affected videos. TheQuartering called out the company for their grade A BS response, arguing, who knows how many creators took down their videos and didn't have a platform big enough to say anything about it. I know that 90% of this crap is just bullying, he added. They may have done this to thousands of other creators and videos over the years. That's a fair point. They very well might have. Pokimane has not yet responded to TheQuartering or made any public acknowledgement of the subject at the time of writing, just days after she announced the end of her exclusive contract with Twitch. Well now, that right there is a big yikes and also a big oof for Pokimane. It seems like she didn't learn her lesson the first time when she tried to pull this bullshit on a much smaller YouTuber at the time known as Boblax, but now she is repeating history with TheQuartering, and unlike Boblax, who didn't have much support and growth at the time, TheQuartering, a million-plus subscriber-sized channel, actually has a lot more clout and a lot more resources, if you know what I mean, and he certainly wasn't going to back down from this, and I commend him for that. Now, while I don't have any personal issues with Pokimane, I have to say this right here is probably one of the shittiest things that she could have ever done. This is one of the shittiest things any content creator can do to silence valid criticism, is try to mask it as copyright infringement and take down said criticism because they have a fragile, paper-thin skinned ego that don't like being damaged. Well, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna pull this type of BS, then you deserve to be criticized regardless of who you are or who you think you are. And also, Pokimane, isn't it a little bit hypocritical that you cry about copyright infringement when it comes to videos calling you out, when you have no problem whatsoever being on your streams for hours watching other people's content and watching TV shows while barely having any transformative input whatsoever? And I say barely very, very loosely. Like, we're considered very lucky if there's any type of interaction or engagement if you're not stuffing your face or just sitting there and doing nothing, and having the content that you are using be the entertainment for your fan base instead of you doing your job and entertaining your fan base yourself. It would be one thing if said content had some additional things to it, such as no audio, as well as there being a filter so you don't get automatically content ID'd, but also add in some commentary, add in some engagement, like actually engage with the content that you are supposedly reacting to, instead of just sitting there and looking pretty and growing off of watching other people's stuff when they worked hard to put out that stuff that you're just lazily sitting there and watching. So that right there is a pretty big oof when it comes to hypocrisy here, and it seems like that side dish of hypocrisy might have just upgraded to a second course dinner. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how Pokimane responds to this situation. I hope that she can actually respond with class and actually learn her lesson this time. And I also find it kind of scummy that her brand management team, Core Search, instead of going through the YouTube copyright system, they circumvent that and actually personally email TheQuartering trying to intimidate him with a personal takedown email. Like, that is just beyond scummy in my honest opinion. Like, what the hell? But I also find funny how Core Search went from being scummy to being cowards, because the moment that TheQuartering had went public saying that he was going to be taking Pokimane to court over this, they had actually retracted their takedown threat and said it was all in error, which I find to be total BS, because this right here sounds like, to me, nothing more than a big ball of hot air, and this was just nothing more than a ploy to intimidate TheQuartering into censoring himself on the subject. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure what else can be said here regarding this situation. The situation pretty much writes itself out nicely, and it's a simple case of history repeating itself when it comes to Pokimane and her flagrant copyright abuse. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.